Teachers are constantly trying to figure out ways to make class more engaging for students. I decided to go right to the source and find out from students themselves. I went to Great Neck South High School in Long Island to ask a group of students what they want to do in their English classes, and this is what they said.
What I really liked about my English class last year was we connected our curriculum in social studies with what we were learning in English. Like we read The Crucible by Arthur Miller, and we connected it to Puritanism and as an allegory to McCarthyism. And I thought that was really cool.
Personally, I really like Shakespeare, and I like when we read the Shakespeare and connect the words of that to our today, and we translate them. And I love acting it out because we get to connect to characters. Like in 10th grade, we had to memorize Romeo and Juliet, and we connected by memorizing those lines. I'd like to learn more about other authors, other writers, because today we just read mostly white authors and classic, and it's really great, obviously, but to learn more about African American authors, white, Asian authors, yeah.
Love learning about film. I'm actually currently taking a class right now, rhetoric, and we're actually watching movies, and then after we analyze it to see how it relates to us, our daily lives, and we also actually watch international films to see the other traditions, other cultures, and see how it relates to us. Even though we're all so different from different countries, we're all yet the same. So we learned different lessons, different cultures, and angles, camera angles, and different stuff, which is really interesting to me and it's really fun. So I love learning about film.
I would like to learn more about song lyrics and try to relate that to history and social issues, because I know a lot of musicians relate social problems and everything in their songs, and I'd like to see more about that, and so I can get a deeper sense of the song and where the artist is really coming from.
I think it'd be nice if we read more classical literature, like The Scarlet Letter or Charles Dickens. I don't know. I feel like we don't read enough of we tend to read a certain type of literature. This year we're reading stuff before Middle English. I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff that gets produced during a certain time, like Jane Austen and those authors, I feel like they have a lot to contribute, and I feel like we don't read enough of that. And also I don't think we do enough creative writing too. Yeah.
Okay, so last year in English class, we did a lot of creative writing, and it was in our curriculum along with other things like literature and grammar and spelling. But this year we haven't done as much, and I really wish they brought that back into the curriculum because it is very nice to creatively write.
I think classrooms should have more creative writing because it gives every student the opportunity to show themselves through poems, creative mind maps, and personal essays.
The following students are now in college, attending New York University. I asked them to look back and tell me their most memorable experience in their high school English classroom in order to see what students are actually remembering.
So my junior year of high school was a big shift in English class because we focused on language rather than content. So I really enjoyed learning the power of rhetoric and how it's not only important on what is written, but how it's presented. So for the assignment, we had to choose a novel. I chose The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and we had to mimic the rhetoric that was used by the author to write the novel in our own writing.
For me, the most memorable English project was the oral history project I did in 10th grade. We had to research about different aspects of our family, so I had to research my grandparents and my extended family, and it's almost like an autobiography of my own family. I had to compile all my research together, so I learned about my family and also about how to present that information in a way that is readable, people can read and understand what my family life was like.
The most interactive experience I've had in my English class was when I was interacting with my classmates while reenacting a scene in the book. The scene was a court scene, possibly from the book To Kill a Mockingbird, and it gave me a good experience.
Something that I remember liking was my freshman year of high school English. We had to read The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros for freshman year English. And we read the book, and it's a lot of little short stories about this girl growing up in Chicago. And so our introduction was to write a project and write our own little stories. And so it helped us get into the viewpoint of the writer, and it was a really nice introduction to English class.
Students give valuable insight on what they want to learn, and I think that students should be asked more often what they want to do. Why not do more creative writing, and why not teach song lyrics? We should really listen to these amazing voices telling us what they think.
She wants me to be an S. Okay.